my name is Jake Puzicki, and this is an ACT Science Research Summary question. So in this question, we are going to look into the table to figure out what the most likely times are that a cold front passed through Columbus and Houston. And if we look at table 2, we see that we have weather data on Columbus and Houston and the specific time that that weather data was taken. Now, but if we look into the passage, into the table, we don't see, it doesn't explicitly say anywhere that a cold front passed through any of these specific times, but we do know we can see changes in temperature, wind direction, barometric pressure, and precipitation. So if we look, we're going to look back, as we always do if we don't know, if it's not explicit about what we're looking for, we look back into the passage, in this case in experiment 2, to see what data is relevant and important. So in this case, when we're looking, a cold front can be depicted by rapidly falling temperatures and barometric pressure, so a decrease in both of those, a wind shift to the north or west, and a moderate chance of precipitation. All right, so we're going to be looking for dropping temperature, dropping pressure, a shift in the wind for the north and west, and a moderate chance of precipitation. So it might start raining or it might start storming. So we're going to look down into table 2 and see where this happens for Columbus and Houston. So looking just at Columbus first, looking at temperature and see that the temperature changes right here, that the wind shifts to the northwest, that the pressure drops from 330 to 335, and that the precipitation doesn't actually change much. It goes from cloudy to, it actually gets a little bit clearer. And while all of these things change the way they're supposed to for a cold front, this one doesn't, but we see that it actually is just a moderate chance of precipitation, which doesn't mean, we're not really going to take that into account too much because it doesn't say that it definitely will start raining or anything. So we can see that these three things change the way they're supposed to if a cold front passes through at 3:35. Then looking at next at Houston, we can see that there was actually a little temperature drop here at between 5 o'clock and 5:15, but that the wind doesn't change the way it's supposed to, or the barometric pressure doesn't change the way that it's supposed to at that time. So we're going to keep looking and actually see that there's a much bigger temperature drop between 5:15 and 5:30. The wind changes to the west, and the barometric pressure drops. So this is probably, this is most definitely at least from all the best we can tell from the data, whenever the cold front passes through Houston at 5:30, when the new colder, lower pressure, west blowing wind data temperature, weather data was taken. So we can see that 3:35 for Columbus and 5:30 for Houston. Answer choice A is the right answer because the rest of these don't match up. The rest of these times don't match up with when the cold fronts pass through.